Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy BULLBOYKENNELS. You know, got another video for you. Actually, I did two videos, literally recorded back to back, same day. So I'm still gonna look the same exact way, even though they might be uploaded days apart from each other. But anyways, both uploaded at the same time. One was the movie pickup, and this one is pretty much about I guess just more so my thoughts on PlayStation Portal. And of course, pretty much the original PS Vita. I did own the PSP all the way up until the 3000 model, which I thought was a fantastic system. But, I like the the PS Vita better as far as, during that time frame. And, I like to keep all my stuff in as pristine condition as possible and not have it all torn up, messed up. I like for it to stay looking new, even though it may be many years down the line. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get into my thoughts as far as um, those particular devices. So I guess we'll start out with the Vita here. So this is my original PS Vita. So I gotta see what that model number was. 1101. So I guess I don't know if it shows up really well or not, but 1101. So I remember I got this when the Vita first came out. So I've kept mine in its original factory form. I don't do any jailbreaking, none of that crazy mess. I just keep things the way they are. I haven't tried these apps in a long time. They may or may not work. If they do, great, and if they don't, really don't care. I never really used them anyways. My whole thing is more just the games. So I like my digital copies that I had. Some of them on here, not all of them, but some of them, and then some of my physical copies that I have on here. So I know, like, I still have uh, the Uncharted on here, which I mean, for its time, the Vita was I guess I would say it was just ahead of its time, during that time frame. Loading times are a little long, that they are, but I mean that's just what it was back in the day. So it is what it is, but great device. I mean, I don't need to have internet for it. I could just as long as I make sure my game's updated. Before I hit the road, I can go ahead and just play. I can just go ahead and play my games. I'm assuming the volume is pretty up there. So let me just turn that down some. But as you can see, loading times are not the bestest, but hey, they are what they are. And this system still looks really good. I'm trying to angle it so that y'all can still see it. So kind of hard to play with it, almost like in a flat whoop. Oh no! Oh no! No! Not jump. It wasn't jump. I want to say it was. Nope, wasn't that one. I forget what the move was. It was a certain. Nope, not that either. Well, I cannot remember what it was. Was it O or? Nope, not O. I cannot remember. to save my life. I should remember because I was just on it not too long ago. Climb back up. Climb back up. Climb up. Well, whatever. Can I just jump down? Jump. Jump. There we go. There you go. It was jump. I almost forgot what it was. Now I know the camera may not pick it up as good as what I'm seeing because, you know, based on what the video looks like, the handheld looks way better than the video leads it to believe. Excuse me. So, yeah, but I always thought this was a great system. I love this system, especially for the games. And again, it's kind of hard to play with it flat so that you can still see what's going on with it. But definitely a great little system here. I think on the video just picks it up more contrasty. It's kind of how it picks it up, but you know, it's whatever though. But for its time and you know what they were able to do with this handheld, I think it's fabulous. So I never was into using the trackpad or the touchpad on the back. Never cared to really use that, but I mean everything else is fine. Always thought the sticks were a little too small though. That's the only thing. That's the only part of this system that, you know, made me feel a little nervous. It's like, oh, I don't wanna break those little thumbsticks, you know? Because that would really suck. So, but that was the only thing I ever worried about was that there. But the game itself, I mean, it, you know, for what it was and being, you know, a handheld system, like it, you know, it played great. So, you know, if you own a PS Vita and it's your thing, hey, by all means, keep rocking out with it. I know I definitely am. You know, I've always loved my Vita. So, only thing is, I just never bought any bigger memory cards for it. That's the only thing. Just never did that. But you know, other than that, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure I could probably still join the party chat on this, but never tried to. At least not in the last couple years. But yeah, good little system. You know, it still has some downloads available. But anyways, as far as for the updated stuff, now yes, that would end up being the PlayStation Portal. This is a much better system, especially you know, with it having like the controllers, so you actually get more of a full size controller. And yes, I'm still as you can see, I'm still playing this game. I know I just traveled somewhere because I was doing a particular mission on this, but and this is using the PlayStation cloud gaming. So again, the video, you know, I can tell by the way the video picks up the screens. It makes it look more contrasty. Like this screen isn't as contrasty as it may look in the video. But I mean, it looks fantastic on here though. I want to try to angle it a little bit just so I can see a little bit better. But I know this was the planet I just traveled to, and I had to go somewhere down here, go do my thing. So, see how that goes. Takes a little getting used to the sticks when you're playing on this particular system. But you know, for what it is, you know, especially when they did that update to where you don't need a You don't need a PS5. You could just, as long as you have PlayStation Premium, which is quite expensive, if you ask me. It's very expensive. But if you do, then you could just use the cloud gaming that PlayStation has. A lot of games on there that you could definitely enjoy and and get into. But if not, then I would say maybe just link it to your PS5 if you have a PS5, because you can play it that way or through the cloud gaming. I can do both because my PS5 stays downstairs. But yeah, but for a streaming device, it's kind of what the Vita could have been, but wasn't, but shouldn't have been at the same time. So, we'll see how that all works out. Ooh, get some more of these things. Get some more of those. Get to farming them. That was one thing I did. I did try to do a lot of farming for that. Certain maps you can go to like right at the beginning of the world. Actually, it's the one with the chick wombat. You go to one of the planets she has to go to, and there's like one of these vendors. And you can pretty much just break the box, break the crystal, jump off, come right back, do the same thing. So, if you need to get a bunch of coins or you need to get those crystal things to level up your gear, well, there you go. You could do that. But pretty much all the planets you can do that with. So it's just a matter of finding one that, is close by, is near you, and that you could definitely enjoy. So, and I know I got a whole bunch of these. Like I have a lot of these maxed out. I don't use a lot of these weapons, so as you can see, a lot of them still say level 1. A few of them I use, like the Shatter Bomb. I've been using that quite a bit, and of course the Blast Pistol. That's just classic, classic. But Shatter Bomb I use like on a bigger creature, just to hit them up. But kind of like it's a little mushroom dude, a little fungi dude. So you kind of just take him, put them kind of where you want. I know these, if they're enemies, the little fungi dude, you just kind of do his thing. If they are enemies, so they have to just be within a certain range. But you'll definitely go over there and kill them. He'll definitely go and kill some stuff for you. So I just let them just run around and, hey, do your thing, little buddy. But yeah, so if you ever thought about getting the Portal, definitely a good device. Works really well. I have a good connection, so I don't have like buffering issues. But I did hear, with the previous firmware, that was an issue that people did have. Was that so? But other than that, I think it's a great device. Could be a little cheaper though, but the screen is nice. So like if you see this in person, it is a good looking screen. So definitely something I think is worth picking up. If you are into PlayStation and you do like the PlayStation games, it's something definitely worth looking into. But I'll just leave it there for right now. Just want to give you an idea of how this here looked. So, kind of have the, max resolution in 1080p. I don't have the headset yet. I'm going to get the earbuds. I don't want the Pulse headphones. I don't want that. I use Sennheiser headphones on my PS5. with a mod mic, so I don't need like a headset. But for this, because I do use it for when I am upstairs playing, then yeah, I do want to sometimes use the earbuds. Only thing is they're kind of pricey, like $200. Oh, that's pretty steep. So, but other than that, definitely worthwhile picking up. Like I said, if you're in a PlayStation, if you're not, well then hey, you're just not. But a lot of great games on here, a lot of great stuff. You can sort different games to go through. So a lot of stuff on here. And like I said, this is all through the PlayStation Cloud streaming. I think I kept calling it cloud gaming, but yeah, great little device. Anyways, if that's something that you're interested in doing, then by all means, definitely pick yourself up one of those systems. Or if you're one of those people that still have the old retro system, ain't nothing wrong with the PS Vita, except the memory cards. The memory cards suck, and I don't want to do no firmware updates or firmware hacks or anything to where I can use the regular SD cards or the micro SD cards with the adapters. But yeah, that's really my only grade with the PS Vita was the memory cards were just so expensive. But other than that, if you enjoy the system, it's your thing. Hey, by all means, keep on gaming, keep having fun, play on whatever it is you like. I mostly play on PC, but I'd still enjoy the consoles. That's where I started, was on the consoles from the very beginning. So still have a big soft spot for it. But other than that, if you enjoyed the video, I know I kind of rambled a bit, but if you enjoyed it, by all means, thumb it up, thumb it down, whatever you think. Share it with your cousin, your mama, your auntie, your grandmama, your whole family. But other than that, hey, it's been your boy BULLBOYKENNELS. And as always, keep them scratching. Peace. We up out of here.